Hello, Market Club members everywhere. Adam Hewison here, coming to you on the 29th of August. It's a Monday. It's the start of a new week. Just a few more days before August is over and we move into September. And after Labor Day, I think things will begin to pick up. I want to start today by looking at a stock called Kinder Morgan. We've talked about this before. The symbol is KMI. You can see that right here. And we think this stock still has some good upside potential. Now, a couple of things to look at today, and that is you have a situation where you've seen a move up, you've come back down, and the major trend based on the weekly and the monthly right here is both very positive. So you're buying on really a pullback. You're also very close to the 50 line, which is support for the stocks in general. When it gets back to 50, it tends to be an opportunity to be a buyer. For example, like right here, it turned out to be a good move. And right here, it moved just below, but it quickly moved over the 50 line, which is right here, indicating the trend was up, and you caught a nice move pretty much close to the bottom. So I would say pay close attention to Kinder Morgan. KMI is a symbol right here, and perhaps look for a place to get long this market. So let's see how that works out. But generally speaking, I think we're getting close to a very good support area for this stock. We're looking at gold now. Gold has been pretty much, this December contract, pretty much flat, but we've got sort of like a box-like setting here. If you just take this kind of this space here, and we're at the lower end. Now we are below the 50 line, which is not a good sign. Our trade triangles are negative, not a good sign, but we are minus 60, which is a trading range. And I think perhaps now we're getting very close to the bottom of this trading range, especially with the support that we see coming in right at these levels back in July. So watch this market very carefully for a potential bounce to the upside. I think it's still very much in the mode of a longer-term bull market based on our monthly trade triangle, which is still very, very positive. So watch the gold market very carefully. As you mentioned in our commentary, the weekly trend for crude oil is positive, and also the daily is positive, indicating the daily came in at 48.32. It's 46.88, so an opportunity to buy at a better level. And if you were to buy, I would place a stop below the 46.42 level. So right now you've got about a $400 risk per contract. So watch that very carefully. The other thing that we sort of like on this market is the fact that we're very close to the support area right here at 50 on the RSI. Watch that very carefully. But generally speaking, I think the trend in this market is actually on the upside, and we're going to see this market improve in the weeks ahead. This is the Dow. You can see the symbol right here. And generally speaking, the trend is still positive. We have a weekly and monthly, both of them. There's the monthly, there's the weekly, both very positive, indicating that the trend is still positive on the upside for the major indices. Also, looking at the RSI, this is the RSI indicator right here. We've just moved back over the 50 line, which is a good indication that the trend is going to once again resume to the upside. Now that depends on where we close for the day, but generally speaking, last time we closed over the 50 line, which is right here. You can see we had a very extended move to the upside. So let's see how that plays out. Much the same picture for the Nasdaq. You can see the Nasdaq composite right here still trending higher. Take away the dailies, you don't need to look at those because they're just minor trends, but the weekly kicked in right here at 4,980. You can see that right here. It kicked in right here, and the last weekly kicked in at 4,908, just before then. So there's the monthly right there. That's the major trend change we talked about, and that propelled the market up. Still in that mode. Let's watch it very, very carefully. Like the Dow and the Nasdaq, the S&P 500, which is right here, is still in a very positive mode, indicating a strong trend. Now, we just touched the 50 line and see how it bounced off. That's good support, and I think we'll see this market improve. You've got the weekly and the monthly still very positive, indicating a stronger trend. Okay, we're looking for this market to continue its upward trend, and certainly it's been very, very flat. If you just look at this market, you can see it just really hasn't gone anywhere for quite some time, and I think we just have to be a little bit patient and let the market do its thing. Hey, I'm Adam Hewison. Thanks for stopping by today. Thanks for watching this video, and thanks for using and being a member of Market Club. We really appreciate your business.